Krishna to be an imagination. Number 6, to give some interpretations to the holy name of the Lord. Number 7, to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. Number 8, to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in the Vedas as fruitive activities, Karma Kanda. Number 9, to instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. Number 10, to not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success, Krishna Prema. Once again, thank you all for joining the Bhakti Sangha conference call today. Let us move to our next session, which is Srimad Bhagavatam class. May I know who all have joined the call this morning?
Hare Krishna Nandapriya Narmada Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, and all the glories to the assembled devotees. This is Manjri Leela Devidasi from Naperville. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Manjari Leela Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Nandapriya Narmada Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna. Welcome to the call, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Nandapriya Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Aditi Devidasi in Edmonton, Canada.
Hare Krishna, Aditi Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Shri Guru and Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashamati Priya Devidasi from Chicago.
Hare Krishna, Yashamati Priya Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Nanda Priya Naramada Devidasi Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances unto you and all of the devotees here. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj and Sri Sri Gauranga. This is Ekaradika Lila Devidasi.
Hare Krishna, Ekaradika Lila Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna. Welcome to the call, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Nandapriya Narmada Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to all the devotees assembled on the call, and all glories to all your services. This is Anita Ramya from Georgia. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Anita Ramya Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Narmada Mataji, all glories Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj's. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devidasi from Nal.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Kumari Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha conference call. Today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Kalmal Lochan Prabhuji on the call to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 4th chapter, 18th sloka. Yeah, before handing over the call to Prabhuji, I would like to ask Aditi Mataji to go ahead and give a brief introduction. Mataji, please.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. We are very fortunate to have this morning His Grace Kalmal Lochan Prabhuji, and this is a brief introduction for him. His Grace Kalmal Lochan Prabhuji was born in Mysore in the Madhva Brahmin family in 1973. Brought up in Andhra Pradesh in a very orthodox family where he developed a natural taste for inquiry into the mysteries of God creation. Passed out of Marine Engineering Research Institute, Calcutta in 1994. It is there in the college as a cadet he came in touch with the devotees of International Society of Krishna Consciousness. He found that all the unanswered questions were completely satisfied in the books of Srila Prabhupada. Still as an engineer student, he studied Bhagavad Gita 5 times and mastered the Gaudiya Vaishnava Vendetta philosophy in a short period of 2 years and was initiated in the Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya by His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. He joined the Merchant Navy as an engineer officer and worked for 3 years. During this time, he felt the urge to teach the message of Gita to children and youth who are misguided by the consumerism. So he gave up his lucrative job and joined ISKCON Mira Road, where he was promised as the vice president of ISKCON Mira Road within a year, and is currently the co-president of ISKCON Mira Road. He is also visiting professor in MS University for Management and Social Work faculties, and also conducts seminars on personality development topics in educational and corporate sectors. He also his only concern is that the children and youth should understand the moral and spiritual values as enunciated in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. His life is dedicated to children and the youth. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam to Lochan Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances. Over to you, Mataji. I don't think Prabhuji
Thank
has...
you, Mataji. Thank you for the introduction. We don't see Prabhuji on the call yet. Maybe we can... Are there any other devotees who would like to introduce themselves? If not, we can start meeting for some time until Prabhuji joins.
Hare Krishna, Nanda Priya Narmada Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all the assembled devotees. This is Indulekha Karuna Devi Dasi from Link.
Hare Krishna, Indulekha Karuna Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Revati Priya Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call from all the way from London. Hare Krishna, welcome to the call, Mataji. Yeah, we can start chanting, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे
Hare
हरे
Rama,
हरे
Ram
राम
Ram, Hare
हरे
Hare,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
राम
Hare
राम
Rama,
हरे हरे हरे
Ram
कृष्ण
Ram, Hare Hare,
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna,
राम
Krishna,
राम
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare.
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Rama,
कृष्ण
Ram
हरे
Ram,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare,
राम
Hare Krishna,
राम
Krishna,
हरे हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Hare, Hare
कृष्ण हरे
Rama,
हरे
Ram Ram,
हरे
Ram.
राम
Hare Hare,
हरे
Hare
हरे हरे
Krishna, Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna, Krishna,
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare.
राम
Hare
हरे
Rama,
हरे
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
हरे
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Hare Hare.
राम
Hare
हरे
Rama,
हरे
Ram
हरे
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna, Krishna,
राम
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare.
हरे कृष्ण
Hare Rama,
कृष्ण
Ram
हरे
Ram,
हरे
Ram, Hare
हरे
Hare, Hare
राम
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Rama
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama
Hare Ram,
Ram
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 Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
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 Ram,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
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 Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
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 Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
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 Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept our humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for giving your very valuable time and association to us this morning and enlightening us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 4th chapter, 18th sloka, Prabhuji. Please go ahead, Prabhuji. Welcome to the call, Prabhuji.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 4, Text number 18. Shailaha Dronibihi Akridan Sarva Ritushu Gunan Drumaha Nadhara Lokapalanam Ekaha Eva पृथक् गुणान् शैलाद्रोणिभिर्क्रीडम् शैलाद्रोणिभिरक्रीडन् सर्वऋतुषु गुणान् द्रुमा सर्वऋतुषु गुणान् द्रुमा ददार लोकपालानाम् एक एव पृथक् गुणान् एक एव पृथक् गुणान् शैलद्रोणिभिर् आक्रीडम् सर्व ऋतुषु गुणान् द्रुमा ददार लोकपालानाम् एक एव पृथक् गुणान् एक एव पृथक् गुणान्. Word to word meaning. Shaila, Shailaha, the hills and mountains. Dronibihi, with the valleys between them. Akridam, leisure grounds for Hiranyakashipu. Sarva, all. Rutushu, in the seasons of the year. Gunan, different qualities, fruits and flowers. Drumaha, the plants and trees. Dadara, executed. Lokapalanam, the other demigods in charge of different departments of natural activity. Ekaha, alone. Eva, indeed. Prithak, and different. Gunan, qualities. The valley, the translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. The valley in between the mountains became the field of pleasure of Hiranyakashipu. By whose influence all the trees and the plants produce fruits and flowers profusely in all seasons. The qualities of pouring water, drying and burning, which are all qualities of three departmental heads of the universe, namely Indra, Vayu and Agni, were all directed by Hiranyakashipu alone, without assistance from the demigods. Purport. It is said in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, Tejo Varim Mridam, Yatha Vinimayaha. This material world is conducted by fire, water, and earth, which combines and takes shape. Here is mentioned that the three modes of nature, Pratak Gunan, act under the directions of different demigods. For example, King Indra is in charge of pouring water. The demigod Vayu controls the air and dries up the water. Whereas the demigod controlling the fire burns everything. Hiranyakashipu, however, by the dint of his austere performance of mystic yoga, became so powerful that he alone took charge of everything without assistance of the demigods. Omagyanvirandasya Gyananjanashalakaya Chakshuronmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaiham Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uttapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagalalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanasute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitaram Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So Hiranyakashipu, when he got intoxicated with his power, how was he ruling? That is what is described in this particular section. And Brahma said, Hiranyakashipu, whatever benedictions you have asked for is very difficult to obtain. But I will grant you all those benedictions, which are very rare. Varan yadyapi durlabhan. Varan yadyapi durlabhan. Even though the vara, what you have given, what you have asked for, the benedictions what you have asked for, it is durlabha. But so you are going to get it. That is why he awarded all those benedictions and left. So when Hiranyakashipu became very powerful because of the benedictions of Brahma, what did he do? He just directly went out of enviousness towards Vishnu because Vishnu, he knew Vishnu killed his brother. He conquered the entire universe. All the three worlds were actually under his control because now he is deathless. So he knew not only he was deathless, he was very powerful too. He knew nobody can kill. And to such an extent, he defeated all the rulers of all other planets where there are living entities and brought them under his control. Conquering the abode of all, he seized their powers and influence. So he took everything under control. He did not follow the rules set up by Krishna. The rules are set up by Krishna. Man in this world is the system of interdependence. So the system of interdependence is a system which Krishna has created. If you don't follow the system of interdependence, then that is called your Asura. That means you want to destroy the system created by Krishna. In this world, there are three things: Adibhuta, Adideva, and Adhyatma. Adhyatma means the living entity. Adibhuta means the body, which discriminates with the other body. Somebody may have an ant body, somebody elephant body, somebody elephant body, somebody donkey's body, somebody donkey body, somebody elephant body. So this is known as Adibhuta. And Adideva is the controller of these bodies. It's known as Adideva. There is a system which Krishna has created. यो आध्यात्मिकोऽयं पुरुषः इति सोऽस्यादिदैविकः यो विच्छेदः इति आदिभौतिकः. Now, example is given that of sun, eyes, and the person or the living entity who has a desire to see. Now, the person who has a desire to see, and sun is also there, but there is no eye. What is the use? Eye is there, desire to see is there, sun is not there. What is the use? Then you have eye is also there, sun is also there, and there is no desire to see. What is the use? So this is called a system of interdependence. There is motherhood and a child. So mother is there, child is not there. Even though the motherhood is there, what is the use? Mother is there, child is there, there is no motherhood. What is the use? Prabhupada gives another example of a pen, painting brush, the canvas, and there's a picture which has to be painted, right? So this person, he doesn't have the easel or the painting brush. Canvas is there, the painting is there, what is the use? So there is a triangular interdependence in our life, in every system in this world, in a place in this world. You have a teacher, you have a student, and a book. There is interdependency. Even though you have excellent book, but there is no teacher or student, what is the use of it? You have excellent student, but there is no teacher. You have a very good book. What is the use of it? A very good teacher, but very good student. There is no book. What we can do? So this is a system of interdependence set up by Krishna himself. System of interdependence. When we think that I am independent, that is the time the asura swabhava enters into consciousness. That is asura. Asura think that I am independent. Ishvaro aham bhogi siddhoham balavan sukhi. Ishvaro aham. I am the controller. I am Ishvara, and I am not dependent on anyone. The Vedic culture it teaches us that I am dependent. So when you understand that you are dependent, you become humble, and you know that my life is dependent on other person. I cannot live without him. I cannot live without her. I am dependent on her for my even personal needs, for everything rather. So this system of interdependency should not be inculcated or understand that you are dependent. Not only it should be inculcated after some time, right from childhood. All the problems in this world, whether it is social problems or economic problems, you name a problem, it is because people think I'm independent. And that thought process of I being independent leads to ahankara. Aham means I, kara means I am the cause. I don't require you in my life. I'll be happy. Why I should require you? It's not required. Like a child when he starts growing up in a culture where there is no system of interdependence being taught, then he doesn't listen to the parents. He becomes arrogant. He thinks that I am independent. I can do whatever I want. So the parents are completely upset and depressed in spite of all their well-being, in spite of all their um, uh, needs being taken care of. The children think that we don't require parents. Why? I can be happy. Maybe he may not be able to execute this thing immediately, but he'll see the photographs. He sees that. The child sees that I'm independent. That is where Asura starts. Asura means demoniac. Sometimes the mother may think that the child is dependent on me, but the Vedic culture says that your motherhood is dependent on your child. The child may be dependent on you for your breastfeeding, but you are called mother. Why you are called mother? Because of you having a baby is born to you. So because a baby is born, you got a motherhood. So your motherhood is dependent on the baby. On the other hand, the baby is dependent on the mother. So this interdependency has created a lot of social problems, a lot of economic problems, and of course, when you mess up your spiritual life, mental, all kinds of life, spiritual is also affected. That is why in the spiritual knowledge, what is the first thing which is taught is in the Vedic culture, what is the first thing which is taught is no, you're dependent on your parents. You're dependent on practically everyone. You're dependent on the demigods. You're dependent ultimately on Krishna. Of course, we train people to become independent with an understanding that they're dependent. Now, what has happened is these days, people are, the whole world has been becoming excessively dependent with an idea of thinking that I am independent. And you see how the whole world has changed in its ideology. In the Vedic system, people were convinced I cannot be independent. I am dependent on different peoples at different levels, all the way to Krishna. At the same time, you see their occupation to make themselves independent. Their occupations were all based on village economy. They had their cows and bulls, and they had their own urea, they had their own pesticide, they have their own grass for the cows. I still remember in my childhood, I could see that in our house, nothing was purchased except salt. Nothing was purchased except salt. Gradually, things start changing and start purchasing. Even though they had to purchase, there was a barter system, especially vegetables. So the vegetable person would come, and my grandmother would bargain such a way that I could not still imagine that. I remember that the scenes of how she used to bargain. Ultimately, they do barter. She gives a bag of rice and they give the sabji. So now there is a process of being independent at the same time with an understanding of our dependency. Whereas on the other hand, these days, our whole existence is on highly interdependence. There is a war in Gulf, then your chapati price increases, your atta price increases. There is a recession in America. One company becomes bankrupt, and more than 10 million Indians, or more than 1 million Indians, would lose their jobs. Now just imagine, something happens in America, the effect is in India. Something happens in the Gulf because transportation price increase, because when you have the Gulf restricting its oil supply to a particular country like India, then they use oil which is when there's some shortage of oil in the Gulf country, or there's a war, then here the oil price increases. Then the transportation increases. Every food item what you purchase increases. And sometimes people may lose jobs. And because they're losing job, many of the small scale industrial shops will shut down. So just see, when earlier time, people were independent materially, and they had a complete consciousness that they are spiritually dependent on the Holy Name, or as dependent on the blessings of the elders. You name a particular thing. Is the Vedic culture. Whole culture is actually based on theory of interdependence. If somebody thinks that, oh, I have done my thing, I don't require anyone. No, it doesn't work like that. Even though it may be a small screw in an aircraft, it matters a lot. Otherwise, you know what happened recently? I don't know which airlines it is. That pilot was expert. Everything was expert. And a small screw got loose and the emergency window blew off. Say a good pilot and engineer knows the importance of the screw, that I am dependent, the flight, the whole airplane is dependent on a small screw also. So this has to be drilled into the consciousness of the people. The whole Bhagavatam is meant for this particular purpose. To drill this particular ideology into your consciousness that yes, you are dependent. So that is a speciality of the Vedic culture. That it teaches us the importance of every individual, not only men, even the animals, even the insects. Like I recently, a few days back, Makar Sankranti, I explained to a group of students, the head crowd of Mumbai. I showed them some photographs of South India, where right from 5-year-old girls to elderly 60, 70-year-old women, they were putting rangoli in front of the houses, beautiful designs. They were completely amazed to see those designs. And I told them why these are made, because they feed, they're actually made up of rice flour, rangoli. Now it's all chemical things which come white color, yellow color like that, because so the insects would feed on them. And they would put gobar ka, goal thing, and then put some flour in it. So all the insects, they feed, they are fed. So now, what is the purpose of feeding insect? Because they are helpful for you. Your earthworm is helpful. The farmer knew that. That is why he never used tractor. You may think that why am I speaking all these things? It is just to drill this fact that dependency is divine. To have an understanding, a clear understanding, realization, yes, I am dependent on something or someone. I am not independent. The Supreme Lord Krishna is the only independent person. I am dependent on Krishna totally, and the system set up by Krishna, and the system set up by Krishna is the demigods. So rejecting demigod worship is fine, but rejecting demigods is atheism, is demoniac. Who made the demigods? Get the authority. Who gave the authority to demigods? Krishna. So recognize that. Demigods are not ordinary people. They're servants of Krishna. And servants of Krishna, and they're all very senior servants of Krishna, very powerful servants of Krishna, obedient servants of Krishna. And they don't do any mistake in their servants of Arati or any other thing. So the theory of dependency. That is why in the Bhagavatam, Krishna is being described as Ashraya Tattva. Ashraya means one who gives shelter to everyone. So when we take shelter of Krishna, we should know that everything is dependent on Krishna. And Krishna is a person who actually created the system of interdependence. And in this way, you have love for people. Morning, in Mangalore, we told that there's an old age home coming up nearby this temple. I'm in Mangalore. In Mangalore, I came to Mangalore to come and watch the Pariyaya ceremony of the Udupi Matha, Udupi Krishna. Every 2 years, the Swamiji changes. So I came for that. And somebody told that, we are going to have Vruddhashram. Vruddhashram means, old age home. So I told why there was a requirement in the old age home, because the children, they are kicking out the parents out of the house. Or they get out of the house and then leave the parents, the old parents, to their own destiny. Why this happened? Why this happened? Why this is happening? I went once, senior citizens, they had arranged some program. A hep crowd of South Mumbai, somewhere in Bandra or somewhere. I don't remember exactly which place it was. Senior citizens means they are above 60, and they all would organize a program, weekly program, of different speakers. Different speakers come and then they speak on different subjects. I was given the topic of why are the children sending their parents out of the house to the old age home. They're all rich people, not all people. The old age home it's not free of cost. It functions like a 5-star hotel. So I asked them, these people, those who attended the program, senior citizen program, I asked them. They were all happy out, they were talking here and there, even in spite of I having the mic in my hand. I was trying to request them something, please sit down. They did not even bother to look at me. I was in the dais, I was invited. And I raised my voice and told, how many of you would like to know why your children don't love you? Why you're unwanted in your house? There was pin drop silence. Because they're all experiencing, these old people, they're all experiencing this thing. I took that punch line so that they become, and then at least listen to the guest speaker. I'm a guest speaker, and you called me to speak for 1 hour, and you just go on blabbering without even having any shame. It's not discipline. They're all like 60 plus 65, 70-year-old ladies. Men also, many men also. But when this topic came, and I told, why are you not treated properly by your own children? Why, when they go to the parties, they don't take you because they feel you're a third class person. If I go along with you, there'll be a loss of prestige for me. Hey, that was pin drop silence. Then I told them, see, when your child was young, means it was a small boy or a girl, in his or her childhood, you taught them beta. You address your beti also as beta. The purpose and the goal of life is to enjoy. Number one, there are only two formulas. The purpose and the goal of life is to enjoy. And number two, just the purpose and the goal of life is to enjoy. This is what you told. And the second thing what you told them is, anybody or anything comes as an obstruction between you and enjoyment, throw them out. Throw it out. That is what you told them. You told them the goal of life is to enjoy. And anybody comes as an obstruction for you to attain the goal of life, that is to enjoy, then you just remove them out of the city, out of the just remove them out of your life, because they are obstructions for your enjoyment. Then what happened? The child grew up, and then the child grew up, became a man, and he got married. Then he thought to himself, the goal of my life is enjoyment. And these two old people, they are the cause of my suffering, the obstruction for my enjoyment. The obstruction for my enjoyment. So what I should do? Remove them. Remove the obstacles of enjoyment. And who are the obstacles of enjoyment? You as parents now become old. They just cannot have a party in their house with you both staying in the house. So they decided that anyhow, it is you who have taught us the goal of life is enjoyment, and remove the person or get rid of the person who enjoys you. Right? So they removed you because you became an obstacle for their enjoyment. So they did not have the feeling of gratitude. They did not have the feeling of interdependence. But if you as parents would have given spiritual knowledge to your children, as you mature in your life, the more spiritual knowledge you have, then you can be a good resource to others, and then see that, okay, this old person is beneficial for me because he has some experience of life, which cannot be purchased anywhere in the market. You're thinking that why I'm speaking so much about this? Because Hiranyakashipu is said the demigods, you all get lost. I don't require you. And you give all your departments to me, I'll run the departments. Without you, I'll show you. Now there is efficiency in this etiquette. In Vedic culture, etiquette is more important than efficiency. So though Hiranyakashipu was managing all the departments with great efficiency, he's managing all the departments of water, fire, and wind, of air, but he transgressed the etiquette. So expertise and your efficiency, good that you have it, but you transgress the etiquette. Transgressing the etiquette means that you want to be you forget You forget that I am dependent. That forgetfulness of your dependence on Krishna and the systems set by Krishna and people around you, that's very dangerous. That is what Hiranyakashipu did. Hiranyakashipu usurped all the departments and threw away all the department heads. He thought, why these people are required? Because I have the power and I have the expertise to do everything myself. That's demonic mentality. In the West, you find the parent, the children, they feel, why you require parents? That is when they get out of the house at the age of 14 and 15, I heard. They just leave. But they don't know, even though they think that they're independent, but they can never be. Hiranyakashipu, he thought that I got the boon, a special boon. And what is that boon all about? I'll be the controller of all the three worlds. Apratidvandvam. There'll be no other controller. Maranyo Ishwaraha. He tells Prahlad, you thought, if you see some other controller other than me, where is he? That is the question asked by Hiranyakashipu to Prahlad. And that comes later in the chapters. Madanyaha. Is there any other controller other than me? This is called demonic mentality. Demon doesn't mean he has got long teeth or some horrible looking person. No. The more Ishvara Bhava you have, the bigger the demon you are. That's all. The more tendency to enjoy, the more demonic you are. The root cause of all the demonic qualities is enjoyment and controllership. To enjoy something, you should have control. So they see that these demons, they see that I am the enjoyer. Since I am the enjoyer, then I have to control things. I should control things. How will I control? By doing austerity. Even though externally you'll find all the functionings of the world were happening properly under the rule of Hiranyakashipu and under the rule of Duryodhana, all things were happening nicely, the perfect management, but it was demonic management. Ravana's kingdom was perfect, but it was demonic. Ravana was very powerful, and he was a perfect ruler also, because when Hanuman went to Lanka, he saw Lanka was so beautiful. The roads were so good. And people came out of their houses, they did not lock the house. They are fearless. They're totally fearless. They had no fear. The king is supposed to give fearlessness to the citizens, and Ravana did this thing. And people want Ram Rajya. We don't even have Ravana Rajya. What to speak of anything else? So just because somebody is very good in management, somebody is very powerful, doesn't mean anything from a spiritual point of view. The spiritual point of view means you think that I'm dependent. I'm utterly dependent. At the same time, you're independent. The consciousness is that of independence, dependence, and the activity is that of being independent. In the Vedic system, every family had their own land, farm, and they had an independent lifestyle. But at the same time, they felt dependent on the rain, the Supreme Lord, etc. Even though there may be a big earthquake on one part of the world, these people will live peacefully. But now it has exactly been opposite. Somewhere something happens, you are affected. At the same time, you think, I am independent. Individuality. You respect me. Even a small child, because of the influence of the Western culture, the spirit of dependence has gone, the parents. Earlier, the parents used to scold the child and beat the child and say, hey, if you do something else, ghar se bahar nikal dega, isn't it? They used to tell the child would become very scary. Oh, my parents will kick me out of the house. These days, they leave the house. You don't have to tell. Without that only they leave because they are upset. The wife would be, sometimes mistakes happen. Should be very afraid. Oh, if my husband is angry, he'll kick me into the house. Now she's always ready to get out of the house. Because because they think I'm independent. I have my money, I have my job. Who is he? Yeah. So these are the repercussions, drastic social repercussions when a person thinks I am independent. Oh, just imagine this Hiranyakashipu, what he did. He just told the demigods. He fired the demigods. Indra, Tejo, Vari, These three are the major elements of this world. Tejo, Vari, Mudan. These three elements are the primary elements in this world, which are mostly talking about these three activities of Tejaha, Vari, Mudan. That is pouring water, drying, and burning. Pouring water, drying, and burning. So, water is the most important ingredient of our body. And drying is by wind. All the movements happen because of wind. Life is because of water. Movement is because of wind. And to maintain the continuation of the life happens because of fire, burning. In one sense, you can say it's the kapha pitta vata in the body. The cosmic level, tejo vinimaya. Krishna has set up the system of controls at different levels. And Hiranyakashipu just said to them, Eka eva prataggunan, to such an extent, he started controlling the modes of nature. Somebody may say, if Krishna is ultimate controller, why Hiranyakashipu and all became independent controllers? They are thought independent controllers, or they are given kind of control. So this is the answer which I would like to give and then start this class. Address this particular question. If Krishna is supreme controller, why he allows these demons to control and transgressing the system set up by Krishna? The reason is Krishna would make them allow them think that they are the controllers. And when they think they are the controllers, they become bloated, or they can go high and high. And at a particular point, at the will of Krishna, he'll blast them. The big balloon will be blast. or the higher they go, the greater the fall. And it's a lesson to the entire world. As a scientist these days are trying to control the nature. Mother Nature gives you a particular kind of papaya, but the scientists would come and interfere. No, I am the controller of nature. I'll do some genetically modified things and bring all the papayas to a very nice shape, but there was no taste. So they go on interfering with material nature, thinking that they are control material nature. Then what happens? That same thing which they try to control, and then thought they are independent controllers. They'll boomerang onto them one day. So don't fiddle with nature, which Krishna has created. Don't fiddle with the system Krishna has created. Just accept and surrender to it. Surrender to Krishna means surrender to the system created by Krishna. He has allopathic medicine. That is not a system created by Krishna. It's total control of nature. I want to make this person dying. I extend his life on the deathbed. What is the science all about? Extend a person's life on the deathbed? No. The science means you extend your quality of life till your death. And that science is Ayurveda, science given by Krishna. Dhanvantri is, Krishna comes as Dhanvantri, Ashwini Kumaras, they are all there. So Vedic culture, it is designed to promote this idea of dependence, being independently dependent. On the other side, the way Western culture teaches us how, hey, you are independent, but unknowingly the dependency is increased. So Hiranyakashipu, Srila Prabhupada called the modern day scientists as Shudra Hiranyakashipus, small Hiranyakashipus, tiny Hiranyakashipus. Okay, let's stop here. Any questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you. Thank you so much for this brilliant class and very practical class on how what the situation is like now. Prabhuji, if you have time, we can go into the question answer session.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Shivakumar Prabhu, please unmute your.
Hare Krishna, thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam, Guru. Prabhu, thank you for the profound insight shared today, Prabhu. One question on the dependency, Prabhu. As we kind of practice sadhana, the people at work, Prabhu, or the friends, the kind of relationship that I had before coming into Krishna consciousness, the expectations from such past days seem to just continue with them, that any help that I take from them, any dependency that I have with them, there is expectation they have that I reciprocate primarily through kind of sense gratification, a lot of sort of activities, Prabhu, that I cannot do it after taking up Krishna Bhakti now. And when I kind of try to kind of avoid those, that kind of an association, they feel that I take the help from them, but still act in a selfish way that I am trying to avoid them. So just wanted to hear from you, Prabhu, as to how could this
Can you give a small
situation...
example? Can you give a small example?
I kind of used to go with them for movies or watch sports and things like that, Prabhu, or even just chit chat on phones for long hours. which I kind of gradually stopped.
Yeah. It is going to happen in initial days because first is your Maya conscious, then you're unconscious, and you're Krishna conscious. Then you're conscious and then Krishna conscious. So it is very natural for everyone to go through this phase in the beginning days of Krishna consciousness. It happens with everyone. And you have to hear and take what they say, because what they say is true. When you hear and take, and then over a period of time, when you become more advanced in Krishna consciousness, and they see that you are more happy than them, and you have become more responsible than them, individually they will come and appreciate what you are doing. Whether it is a house or it is a hostel, if a devotee is very sincere and following the principles, in front of them for the first 1 year, for the first few months, they think that you've gone mad, and gradually they start thinking that you are left them, and gradually they start seeing that you are becoming more happy and they're suffering, and they see that you have purpose in life they don't have. For the first 1 year or so, they would be when they are in group, they will criticize you, they'll talk all ill things about you, and the next year, one by one, they come to you. They win their heart. And that is the time you become their guru. Because for all these years, you have been their friend, you've been their classmate, or you've been their relative. They see that we are losing my friend. I'm losing my friend. That is what they see. And over a period of time, when you are strict with your oaths of Krishna consciousness and you're really happy, and you become more loving to them, then they find, yes, he is doing something genuine. So Prabhupada used to tell the story that there was one businessman, was a Vaishnava, and he made a rule, everybody should wear tilak and come to the factory every day. 100 people used to be there, and Kantimala has to be there. Somehow it so happened that he became sick and he had to sell the business, the shop, to a Muslim owner. The Muslims saw all of them wearing Vaishnava tilak and the Kantimala. I told, now, I am Muslim now. You cannot do this in the workplace. Religion is your private. If you want to have a job here, you should give up this Kantimala and tilak. So by the time they are many years being practicing Vaishnavism, what to do? Next day, all of them came. None of them had tilak, none of them had Kantimala, except one. So then the Muslim told that, oh, very good, that all of you have given up your Kantimala, you've given up your tilak. But this person, in spite of I telling that you will lose your job if you wear Kantimala and tilak, still you wore. That means you are a Vaishnava. So there will be a special exemption for you. You can come and work in my factory with tilak and Kantimala. But others, no. Very interesting, isn't it?
True. Very interesting.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Shivkumar Prabhuji, do you have any follow-up question?
No, Mataji. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Thank you. Such a profound class and profound answer, Prabhu. Very inspiring. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Kamal Lochan Prabhuji, for that very practical class and practical answers also. And yes, the children, when we see them, we come later in Krishna consciousness, and whatever we have taught them before, that they have cultivated, and later when we say that no, you have to change, then they will again backfire to us. So that is what happening in reality. So, and thank you for getting that practical point. And to the reply of Shivakumar Prabhuji, so it was very wonderful to hear. And yes, even in real life also, we can see that many devotees, they are suffering as soon as when they come to Krishna consciousness, or even by birth, maybe in schools or colleges, they will be taunted, or they will be criticized for applying the tilak. But still, apart from that, they keep on continuing. So that shows the faith in them. So that's what we have to follow. So thank you so much for reminding that to us, Prabhuji. Thank you. Valli Murthy Mataji. Yes.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you. Thank you for taking my question. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, wonderful class. As we are listening, you took us to the back olden days also, how the dependence and interdependence mainly, not only in the family, how we are depending on the nature, and also when you are talking about the Rangoli and everything, mainly in the Dhanurmasa, I remember we used to have, I am from South India, so I remember all those days how we used to wake up so early and do the Rangoli in front of the house. And as you said, the gobar, cow dung, we used to make like gobemma, and then we used to dry that later and use for Radha Saptami as a pidakalu. We used to boil the milk and all that things. So very wonderful, Prabhuji. We used to have a competition with the friends also. We used to share the pictures of those rangolis, and even after coming here, I used to take classes of the rangolis for the kids. So very nice, Prabhuji. And yeah, because of that, even the house also it's very clean, and mainly for the Dhanurmasa, as it is the favorite masa for Lord Vishnu, right? So we have to wake up early, and we used to have Nagara Sankirtana also. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I think Prabhuji has dropped off. Sorry to interrupt, but you can go ahead and share your views, Mataji.
Yeah, that's it, Mataji. I just wanted to share. But very wonderful class. Even Prabhuji was not visible, but we used to. I had the visualization like he is sitting in front of me and talking to me. All these things. It was very nice. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji, for sharing that. Yes, early morning. We do for that for 45 days, right? And I think
30 days. Dharmasa is for 30 days.
My mother used to do for this Margashisha month, 45 days. So I just got remembered when you told that, but I never did that. But after coming in this moment, okay, so we are raising up, and I'm just remembering how my mother used to do in those days. So it will be so cool, and she used to wake up so early and put a big rangoli in front of the house, and I don't know to put even one point.
I did even here. I sent pictures to everyone in front of my house. It is like -20 and it is very cold. We had a snow in Chicago mainly. It is a blast that we are having for the past 4-5 days also. It ends for the Uttarayana Punyakala on that Sankranti day, as we say, the Pongal day. So until then, we have to keep all those.
Yes.
And Dakshinayana goes and Uttarayana comes. We are welcoming sun. That's what we do for until Ras Saptami also.
Okay. Nice, Mataji. Thank you so much for sharing your view. I think Prabhuji has left. Oh, yeah, Prabhuji has joined. Yes. Prabhuji is there. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Doesn't have audio yet, so we'll see.
Okay. Yeah, Prabhuji is not switched on the audio. Prabhuji, we cannot hear you. We cannot see your mic on. I think Jyoti Mataji is having one question.
I can't hear us, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Prabhuji, if you can type, because we cannot hear you. I don't know whether he also cannot hear us or not.
Be able to hear us without. Okay, he had to leave again. He got dropped.
Yeah. Anyways, it was very nice class, which Prabhuji spoke everything. We have to be dependent on Krishna, just surrender. But that surrender, I don't know how many lifetime it will take. And as Prabhuji was replying to Shivkumar Prabhuji's question, that as and when they when we keep on having the faith and moving ahead, then they will come to us. So I don't know when that will happen. Because in my case, I don't know, I'm acting just dually. So like at home at one side, I don't know, Prabhuji has joined. Prabhuji has not joined it. Okay. So so that's what. So all this dual mentality has. That's what I think even Prabhuji also had mentioned. Someone is trying to talk. Hare Krishna. Dear Govind Prabhuji, you want to say something?
Not really, Mataji. Just I really enjoyed the class. It was so nice. And
thank you.
All glories to your services also.
All glories to Guru Maharaj and all glories to Kamal Lochan Prabhuji who had given the class today. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for sharing your view. And I think, Mataji, we can end the call here, or we should wait for Prabhuji?
Because I don't see Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Shamagori Mataji? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, Mataji, Hare Krishna,
Mataji. Mataji,
yes,
if
Mataji, we can end the call now.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you so much. And Radha Jyoti Mataji, very sorry we cannot take your question as Prabhuji has left. So with all your permission, we can end the call here and we can pay obeisances to Prabhuji. And we want his association in future with such a practical lesson. Thank you so much, dear devotees, for joining. Vancha
Kalpatarubhasya
Kalpatarubhasya
Kripa Sindhu Priya Vachanam Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.
Srimad Bhagavatam ki
Bhagavatam
jai.
ki jai.
Ki